Just be you. This isn't just a message that this movie carries throughout it, but it is also something that, regardless of your identity, you should carry with you throughout your own lives 24/7. What is up, everybody? RandomRandomMan here. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way. I'm wearing green, so don't pinch me as I am bringing you my review for Love, Simon. Based on the novel Simon vs. the Homo sapiens Agenda, cool title, written by Becky Albertalli, the plot basically follows our title character, Simon Spear, played by Nick Robinson, who seemingly has a normal life with his friends in high school and his family, except he has one secret. Nobody knows he is gay, which comes into even more of a head when he anonymously strikes up a relationship with a classmate online known only as Blue as he tries to discover who the identity of this person is. Going into this movie, I had quite a bit of anticipation to see it, not just for its cast and concept, but also for it being historically significant in that it is the first film made and released by a major studio to have a gay romance at the center of it on top of being set in a coming-of-age setting. Well, it's about damn time a movie like this would be made and released, as I am all for inclusion of different backgrounds and identities of people all around the world. The question is this movie worth carrying that historical factoid? Starting out with the cast and their performances, we have Nick Robinson in the title lead role of Simon Spear, who probably gives the best performance I've seen from him, at least between this and Kings of Summer, which I also really liked him in. With his performance in Love, Simon, Robinson is very realistic and likable as a character. We feel for him in that it's a difficult situation for him being a closeted gay teenager, being in a seemingly normal life with his friends and family, yet he doesn't know or have the courage to come out to those who are close to him. I think this performance really will hit home for a bunch of people who are in a similar situation as he is, and I think that Robinson did a stupendous job displaying that. There are a bunch of supporting players in this movie that back up Robinson's performance in terrific fashion, such as Josh Duhamel and Jennifer Garner as Simon's parents. They are some of the coolest parents I've seen in a coming-of-age movie as of late, as they are very accepting, open, and they just give very nice performances. Catherine Langford, who I thought was such a revelation in Netflix's 13 Reasons Why last year. She's amazing. She even got a Golden Globe nomination for that. I also think she is really gorgeous. She plays one of Simon's best friends, Leah, and I thought she had some nice support in this movie. I love this particular conversation that she had with Simon in the film. We also have Alexandra Shipp as Abby, another one of Simon's best friends. You may recognize her from Straight Outta Compton or as Storm in X-Men Apocalypse. She is also great. We have Jorge Ledenberg Jr. I apologize if I've butchered that name. He's also one of Simon's best friends, Nick. He is also tremendous in this role. I also have to give shout outs to Tony Hale, who plays the vice principal to Simon's high school, who tries to be hip and cool with a generation that he is, of course, not a part of. He has some nice comedic relief in the movie. And there's also Natasha Rothwell as Simon's drama/theater teacher. She was throwing down a bunch of one-liners in the movie. Like Tony Hale, she was really funny as well, but she had one great scene too that had some dramatic heft that added along to her character, even if she is just a supporting role. But regardless of the screen time that people have in this movie, everyone here delivers such fantastic performances, with Nick Robinson in particular doing an outstanding job. The writing in this film, from the get-go, sets up something that is familiar territory to those who have seen any sort of coming-of-age movie set in high school, whether it be from John Hughes or what have you. But what makes this movie feel so unique and fresh even is its approach in how it tells its story as well, and it being mostly dialogue driven. Now, I have never read the book that this movie is based on, but from what I saw on screen and from what I have been been told in this movie being different from its source material, what the basis of what the story is telling here just makes for a lot of pleasant conversations between characters that made for something relatable for me to connect with on screen, specifically with the character of Simon himself and the situation that he is going through. And regardless of if you're a part of the LGBTQ plus community or not, it is something that I think we can all in some way empathize or sympathize with if we have gone through the high school experience in America in this modern age of social media and what have you. I also have to give big praise to the dialogue in this movie with the interactions with other characters, as it never felt forced. It felt authentic. In many ways, Love, Simon, though more aimed at mainstream audiences, is kind of like other movies of recent memory with gay subject matters, such as last year's Best Picture Oscar winner Moonlight, and even another Oscar winner this year, Call Me By Your Name. And it also connects with these films in that it doesn't sugarcoat much. It is very raw and honest with what it tries to say, even if between all three of these movies they have different circumstances being displayed. Unlike Moonlight and Call Me By Your Name, though, Love, Simon definitely injects humor into its narrative to keep itself going and add on to its lighthearted tone, which I was surely enjoying throughout. I was laughing a lot, of course, like this one bit that is shown where Simon asks why straight is automatically the default for sexual orientation and how come gay people are the ones that have to come out. That was hilarious. That was actually pretty poignant too, as I've wondered that myself at times. But I was also more absorbed into the story because there was an added element of mystery of who Blue is that Simon is interacting with online. And all throughout the movie, we do get to see him interacting with other people and guessing in his head, could this person be Blue or not? A lot of credit here has to be given to the inspired focus by director Greg Berlanti and how he grounds this movie in realism. He literally keeps it real in how to portray and tell the story, while also sprinkling in some things that reminded me of that John Hughes style aesthetic that a lot of other coming-of-age movies of this kind do show. With its technical merits, while this movie doesn't do much in the way by diversifying its cinematography, editing, what have you, from other movies like this, it still got the job done with its conventional shooting style, and the music I have to give a particular shout out to, with me digging a lot of the popular song choices in the film, but also some of the original score that does amp up the mood of the movie with its comedic and dramatic moments too, and me feeling a lot of the gravity of the situation that Simon was going through. It all runs along together perfectly at about an hour and 50 minutes, which is just the right pace for a movie like this. The one issue I do have with this film, and this may vary to be big or small depending on person to person, has to do with one specific character in the film. I won't say who, but this person blackmails Simon into outing him for being gay, and this is a major part of the film in driving some of the conflict. And while I don't think it's that big of an issue to me, I wish it would have been handled with a lot more seriousness in the comeuppance that this character would get by the end. And yeah, I know a lot of people will have a problem with this character for sure, for being obnoxious and pushy, but another reason I don't think it's that big of an issue either is that there are people in real life who are like this in high school, who feel insecure in one way or another. Setting that issue aside though, I was so emotionally wrapped up in this movie that by the time it ended, it had me highly satisfied. I would, dare I say, name the ending to Love, Simon as near perfect because it showed off what I wanted to see in an arc being wrapped up with Simon as a character, and it's gonna be so relatable and resonate with many, many people. It certainly has with me so far, even though I personally identify as straight. I know quite a few friends and loved ones who have struggled to come out of the closet, yet they have and have felt all the better for it. I was at my city's gay pride parade last year. That's where I got these necklaces. I was even wearing the same shirt, I think. I need more clothes. I also got this bracelet there, and I just added this lei on for good measure, even though I didn't get that at the parade. But on top of that experience being fun, I saw just a lot of openness that the gay community was expressing within themselves, and I am a proud ally for all of my fellow friends and loved ones who are courageous enough to proclaim themselves as a part of the LGBTQ plus community. And Love, Simon literally backs up all of those sentiments with flying colors, as I feel this is a movie that is an instant classic for its target demographic and the coming of age genre. I so compare this movie favorably to other coming of age films from this decade thus far, such as The Spectacular Now, The Fault in Our Stars, and Paper Towns, both from source materials of writer John Green. And there are others here that I can mention as well, such as The Edge of 17, The Perks of Being a Wallflower, Lady Bird even. I really hope that the target demographic that this movie is aimed towards watches the film, as I feel that there is a bit of a worry in my mind as to how this movie will do in terms of financial returns, as there were a lot of early screenings leading up to this movie's release upon opening weekend. Yet, I do think that this is going to be such a relatable and resonating experience for those who can either sympathize or empathize with what is going on with the plot, as it is so well written, so well acted, charismatically acted in fact, and well directed, that it is something that will leave an impact. To put it bluntly, I love Simon. It is one of my favorite movies of 2018 thus far. I highly recommend it. My final verdict for Love, Simon is 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Love, Simon. Social media links in the description. Subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.